zhǐzā is one of the examples of Chinese filial piety, in which we'll burn paper offerings to the dead. As heathen as it is, why do we actually burn paper offerings to the dead? Why exactly do I personally think Chinese spirituality won't be the same without the burning of zhǐzā? Being a Yurei otaku and psychic, I am inclined to actually explain this video to you guys, so buckle the fuck up, let's go! Now, there are some things which are so quintessential for Chinese culture, and that culture, unfortunately, is being scrutinized by the far left. One of this is zhǐzā, or the Chinese paper mache offerings we would see being burnt in Zhongrenjie, or the Ghost Day, which is the 7th month, by the way. Anyways, zhǐzā is basically a type of paper mache structure that is burnt during these few days, meant for the dead and spirits. In Chinese culture, if you burn something made out of paper and it looks like the item you're want to replicate, that same item and in its physical form, like in its actual form. So if I make this into paper and I burn that paper, my ancestors are going to get this exact product. That's basically what this is. So we would see dolls. Now, dolls, like paper mache dolls, are actually meant to be the actual spirits. And then we would also get these super elaborate structures. So basically, it's a type of incense paper mached onto a bamboo frame. The bamboo frame is what gives the structure its stability, so it won't fall apart before it burns. Now, these can range from those massive monumental things. For example, in actual 7-month events, you'll see them a lot. And these are usually how we actually create the bonfires you'll see all the time. So it's really important in Chinese spirituality. But anyways, let's just go look at the origins of this incredible piece of Chinese culture. Some say zhǐzā is kind of a Han Dynasty invention, while others say it's more of a Qin Dynasty practice. But anyways, this tradition has been with us since ancient times. And when a lot of people like to talk shit about it, they gotta know that it is part of a very, very, very long history. In fact, the concept of giving the dead offerings isn't just restricted to the Chinese cultures. Take Ibn Fadlan, for example. His documentation of the Rus Vikings, which are Swedes who actually settled in the Ukraine regions, which he documented it all in his letter. They were also buried and or cremated with their swords and axes. You'll see this a lot in ancient cultures in Eurasia, where the dead are actually buried with items so that they can take it with them to the afterlife. This was also practiced in Egypt, and in fact, in some cases also included human sacrifice, like the Terracotta Army, who was supposed to guard Emperor Qin Shi Huang in the afterlife. After getting scammed to death by the alchemists, the first emperor of China, people! 陛下，我很抱歉，但是陛下被骗了。公不是臣，臣不劳药，是赌。 There are a lot more cultures which does this, not just the Chinese, Norse, and Egyptian cultures, but when I talk about those, we'll be here all day. Zhǐzā is generally perceived as a form of offering in festive celebrations and funerals. It is believed to be a substitute for living offerings in a sacrifice. Young women in ancient China were offered as brides every year to a so-called river god in exchange for less frequent floods. To facilitate the exchange, the women would be sacrificed. This practice was later halted by Simon Bao of Wei due to ethical concerns. Zhǐzā is the the presented form of offerings. It only appeared after the maturation of paper-making skills in the Han Dynasty. Its common usage came to reality in Northern Song Dynasty when burning zhǐmā and zhǐyōng became popular. Effigies which were produced purposefully, who resemble humans, looked varied forms in different periods of time, from crouch grass, terracotta, and eventually paper. Chinese funerals, mainly Taoist funerals, are occasions that require paper offerings most. Paper horse and paper goat is a must in the funeral ceremony. These offerings are used for liberating souls from purgatory, fulfilling the needs of the souls in the underworld, such as paper currency, clothes, food, houses, and transports. Nowadays, products of paper offerings for funerals are nearly life-size, for example, televisions, iPhones, or other electronics. This is an innovative mixture of a modern and ancient civilization. In the case, the target customers, who are people who conduct Taoist funerals. Alright, just want to say, please support your local jiang because they actually help this whole like religion thing, this whole like without the zhǐzā, Chinese culture just wouldn't be the same. And it goes without saying. One of the examples and one of the most unique examples of this is in Taiwan, where we actually burn zhǐzā in the river. It's amazing. I'm going to show you. I'm actually going to videograph it if I ever go to Taiwan during that point in time because it's fucking amazing. Sao Wangchuan is actually another Taiwanese zhǐzā burning related custom we have, but that's a whole nother can of worms to open. I mean, it's just one of the many types of songsa rituals we actually have in Chinese culture, but we'll get to that in another video. What makes zhǐzā so cool is that, yes, it has to do and it draws heavily on the supernatural, which is why I like it. Anyways, yeah, I guess that's it for the video. I'm gonna be doing more. I know it's a very brief introduction, and I just wanna like bring it out. I'm gonna be making more videos of the Dao of Ancients, which is the series I'm gonna be calling some of my videos that involves overall the Sinitic Paganism and stuff, because I, being an ethnic Chinese, mainly Hakka, which is a subset of the ethnic Han, the more adaptable Han. We're nomads. We move a lot. You've probably seen this in several places around the Chinatowns. Yeah, I can tell you the majority of those people are probably Hakka, with a bit of Fujian and Teochew as well. But anyways, I guess it's time to end the video. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm Chirk One Ting. Keep venturing to the unknown. Signing the fuck off.